next investigations. Now looking at the Buddha. Now if you see the Buddha, again, it's got the 666. Where you take the lowercase b, and then these lowercase d's, and then it's 666, right? Basically that's got to be what it's all about. And as you see, the origin of Buddhism traces back to India. Of course, people think it's Oriental and they're Chinese and that, right? But it's actually Indian, right? Which many people mistake. And of course, if you see nowadays, most people have statues of Buddha in their garden or their house or whatever. You know, it's all like become very much the in thing, right? So that's a simple code. Of course, this card is associated with happiness. So it's like the ha, you know, Buddha. So you got your 666 code, and then the ha. Like or happiness type idea, or laughter. So get like could be again, it could be just a total like joke, right? Like sort of the devil idea, like laughing and taking a piss. Of course, it ties in with this, where it's name of a man and all that, right? Where it says you know, the number of the man's name and the number, right? So again, you got this Gautama Siddhartha thing, same as Muhammad and Kali and all them ones. It's basically all the same type of thing. They correspond to this verse or whatever it is. Of course, his name is Gautama Siddhartha. Again, with the codes aspect, right? You got again, you got a 6-6 in that. So you got a sip, like a sipper of drink. And you got the piss the other way, right? Piss. And then every morning we are born again, right? Of course, you know, the trans ones take that literally, where sort of every morning they're born again through fresh injections of their trans medicines. So you can see how this, you know, this character becomes, you know, representative of the hidden world, really. But, as you see, some good wisdom sort of to be like associated with this character. Do not believe in anything merely on the authority of your teachers and elders, but after observation and analysis, find anything that agrees with reason. So, you know, there's a lot of wisdom idea associated with this one, which obviously there isn't really in the where I'm not, I've never read the Buddha Quran one. There might be, I don't know, but probably, you know, you can see how this becomes some form of Eastern entity, right? That there is basically the devil, you know? It's the Antichrist, because like an antidote to Christ or something. It's the replacement, you know, like the replacement populace. It's the replacement of the old society, where they say that Christ was the God and all this. You know, where basically, when you have a Bible verse, and you have anti means to go backwards or reverse, like anti-clockwise, obviously. So anti-Christ, you know, becomes trans-Christ. Yeah. Look to the east. So you turn, look to the east. Right? East is on the right hand. So you're talking about, you know, if you notice the politics, what they're doing now, reform. They're claiming that reform is far right. So they're talking about east. You know, they're talking about Masonic. So it's all going to a shift in direction. You know, and that they're trying to claim these things are far right, you know, that obviously there's no far right about that's full of Islamics. But what I'm talking about really Kurd is far east. There's obviously that reform thing is far east. It's full of Islamics. Yeah. So what you see is the coming together, you know, of these two things. Right? You know, they couldn't unify the West lands with the East lands, right? So they invented all this religious stuff to basically unite these lands, right? For their own plans and that. Of course, all under the idea of peace, which again, as it says in the Bible scriptures, the peace is false, you know, and then it brings destruction. They're talking and claiming all the peace ideas, and then in comes the destruction. So this is basically for the transits, essentially, you know, the top scale of the societies, and then obviously all the Eastern people. The Jesus one was never for the Western ones, you know. The compassion, you know, the compass, you know. There's been, you know, like the sort of thing about compassion, you know, like passion of the Christ. It's basically about a compass reading where they want to unite West with East. You know, how did they find a way to do that? How did they find a way to just bring our people in, you know? And the only way they could do that was if they did war and people would react back, right? With the same, so they used peace. It brings transformations, you know, silent invasions and all that, you know, it's one massive con, you know. As you say, you know, East is East and West is West and never the twain shall meet. Which is highlighting cultural differences. And as you see by Rudyard Kipling tells the story of Kamal Atatürk on the northwest frontier of British India. I mean, this stuff could be, you know, obviously it's relating to upper class people and that, you know. I think, you know, some people say there was less than 125,000 Britishers in India, right? Personally, I'd say it had to be a lot less than that. But if you even consider that, right, 125,000 in India to, you know, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15 million that's in Britain, in the size of the two places, right? I mean, you know, you'd say you're talking about something totally. You know, this is the colonial invasion, not that, you know. That's assuming it existed in the first place, right? But you can see that this is a much bigger colonial invasion, what's going on now. And as you see that, what he's done in this poem was something, never the twain shall meet. But then he's talking about God's judgment seat where these things like they meet. And they come from the ends of the earth, right? So it's like the initial statement that people often quote that, right, and say like this highlights cultural differences. Actual fact, the poem's about overcoming the cultural differences and blending them together. So you can tell this Rudyard Kipling character was one of them, like, you know. This one of his major poems or whatever, IF, you know, IF, which is 1, 6, so 7, you know, 7. Rudyard Kipling, you know, like the Yards, you know, the Jungle Book, of course, which is basically a parable of metaphoric stuff about, you know, what's it called, multiculturalism, you know. And you know, the yard, you know, yards by yard. So he's working for this precise type of thing of you know, world conquering. You know, the longest yard, right, is basically referring to the movement from east to west. Again, like Exodus, you know, Exodus. As you see here. Urban thing, the act of pleasing yourself through anal penetration and teasing of your scrotum, you know, it's pretty crazy, really. The longest yard. again, you can see how the yard idea applies to immigration stuff. Right? And you got the yardies, back a yard, back home. So you can see how, when you have rudyard kipling, it's basically, again, totally to do with multicultural stuff. Expansions and exodus and all that. Basically, yawbles, the slang term for testicles. From obviously Clockwork Orange. Again, it's the same word as yardage, just turn the root of it. Testicles. Eunuch, This is quite funny, like. A woman or eunuch called Buddha or a hermaphrodite cannot be a Buddha by Ibid from Islam. Let's see. Again, this character basically is very body character, androgynous. To me, I couldn't tell that was man or woman. Again, that Islam thing's known for lying, they call it taqiyya. It's the same thing, it's still transit, right? And as you see, bodhisattva. Like the idea of Buddhist thing is a trans body. Like the original Buddha. And then the seer, it's a male, Just like they were their own trans is the seer, obviously it's not correct, but the seer, this is a man or this is a woman type idea. So it's about the trans lie. Meta, like Baphomet. Obviously that thing about sativa, sativa means a medicine. And as you see, reach the doorway to nirvana. Basically, you see when they've done this hex about being, obviously committing suicide or something. So the thing about nirvana, right? You've got the blood system, you've got nerves. You'd see you're injecting the blood serum into the nerves. If you look at this name, can be cocaine from using the hex, right? Or it can become cod, like a cod, right? So it's like a cod, it's like a fish. It's like a deep fish. Obviously it's swimming in the water in that album cover. Right? So this again was another type of hoax thing on the Western peoples, right? To get to sort of grow to the edge of nirvana through drugs and then turn back. And obviously you blow your own brains out, like what this one's supposed to have done. Right? But as you can see, it was a hex. Right? The whole thing was based on that. As you can see the hook through the dollar bill. And the codeine is another drug. You've got cocaine, you've got codeine. The whole thing was a drug sale, but it was masquerading the proper drug, what he was using, what she was using, which was the trans drug, right? Like sativa, like the trans drug. This prominent, the appendage prominent on the album cover because it was to make you think that he had one. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't even have one, type of thing, When you have the sattva, sattva is basically medicine. Of course, it's mainly known for cannabis sativa, but again, that's like a profane colour, like a sattva thing. The sativa is a soothing medicine. Right? And you see how this applies to Saturn as well, right? Because it basically means sitting at the feet of God, like sat. Like the Baphomet one where they're sitting at its feet. Right? We'll continue this in part 2.